All right, we have a pretty great looking animation, but just to make it perfect for a social media post, let's make it loop. There are a million ways to make it loop. Basically, all it means is that you need to go back to original frame, which for us is nothing. So all we have to do is animate this off. We're going to do this very quickly and easily with our bar controller. So we're going to hold on our end to about there, and then once it reaches here, I'm going to create a new keyframe. 2 new keyframes actually. I'm going to also do scale. I'm going to hit U on my keyboard so I can see both attributes that I've keyframed. Then I'm going to move ahead a little bit, and I am going to position all the way up and then scale to 0. And then I'm going to move the scale over. Give it some ease. And just like that, we've got a looping animation. But watching it back, I think it would look a lot better if we scale our global controller back down before everything animates off. So to do that, I will go to the end of our animation and set our global null back to 100. Then modify the speed graph a bit to make the transition smooth. So just like that, we are almost done. Just a couple more finishing touches to put on this, and then a couple bonus rounds if you're feeling up to pizzazzing your animation up the extra mile. Firstly, you can see that our character animation is getting a little cut off here. The majority of our move is not being seen because the character is being revealed at the same time. So what I want to do here is go into our me animation, click all of our body parts, and hit U on the keyboard to reveal their keyframes, and then simply select all these keyframes and drag them out a little bit so there's some buffer time with no animation beforehand, and then grab the last keyframes and just stretch those out a couple keyframes. Now if we go back to main, you can see that our character is being revealed later, almost too late though. We want him to be getting revealed at this point. So let's double click in here and you can see it's a little too late. So we're going to move that up 2 keyframes, go back to main. Let's see how it looks. There we go. And then we're going to add just a little secondary facial animation. So we're going to click in right here. At this point, we want his mouth to just get a little wider of a smile. So what we're going to do is we're going to animate the path. So we're going to toggle down and go to Contents, Shape 1, Path 1, and click that stopwatch. And then we are going to move ahead a little bit and then select just the path. And then you can grab these handles and modify them yourself. And that will, let's turn that into a big dopey smile, right? So we go, big dopey smile, and right click, just turn these into some easy ease keyframes, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it's a little weird, a little too slow, so it should be happening much earlier. So let's go here. And I don't love the mouth shape at the end, but let's make this a fast one. Okay, way too fast. Let's go back to our guy. Get that graph editor out. Let's ease this in. And let's see what that looks like. But really quick, I'm just going to change the mouth shape one last time. It's a little goofy looking. So let's move it like that. Let's move it up like that, like a little half smile. A little too big. Let's move that down. So it goes. Okay. Go back to main, center it. Let's watch it back. Okay, way too abrupt. So let's go back here. Let's spread that out wide. And And we'll go back and see if it works. There we go, perfect. All right. Then even bonus points, we can go back and make this typography a little bit more dynamic. It's all just the same white type, so it's a little boring. So I'm going to jump back into our text layer here, and let's change design here. Let's change that to just black. Design, and then animation will be white, and then illustration. How about we go into illustration, and we select all of these, boop, and we flip this to outline, and then we're just going to go to the very end here and change Chris to outline, boom, and we're going to make sure Chris is below me, and there we go. And I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to switch these back around. I'm going to make design white, and let's make animation black. See what that looks like. Just as some, yeah, that's nice. Cool. Let's go to main and let's see what it looks like. Alrighty, great. Oh, one last thing we want to do here actually. We want to make our name and character disappear behind this line a little bit faster, just so this line isn't coming up and cutting off the eyes. So what we're going to do is we'll just go to where they start, right where the bar starts to come up, and we will just make position keyframes for our first and last names as well as our characters, and we'll just move ahead a little bit, let's say around there, select all three, move all three down a bit, and then make sure that these, so instead of spiking on the left side, we want to have them ease off. So let's do that, and we will play back, see what that looks like. And there we go. It's beautiful. All that's left to do is export and share with the world.